Hey guys, still here and welcome back to Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts with more ships now, because we're on Alpha 6 version 7.2, and this one added the Near Jutland mission. The British and Germans are concentrating their forces in the vicinity of Jutland and prepare for a major battle. Your task force, led by 2 battle cruisers, has spotted 3 German capital ships heading to the location. The visibility due to bad weather is very poor, but our scout ships have noticed that their main destroyer escort is at the back of their formation, several kilometers away. We have the opportunity to sail north and engage the German warships from the front with our destroyers while they are unguarded. Our torpedoes can take them down easily if we act fast. Failure to do so will most likely mean the failure of the mission, as the enemy destroyers will certainly retaliate and destroy us. Enemy fleet: 3 battle cruisers, and no fewer than 12 destroyers of varying types. I have 2 battle cruisers of 2 different types, and I am going to be building destroyers. Now, as I mentioned, in Alpha 6 they added a lot more destroyer hulls, so it's going to be potentially using new destroyer hulls for this mission. Wind condition: sink 1, 2, 3 battles Sink 100% of battle cruisers, sink 100% of battle cruisers. Could be that I need to just sink 2 out of 3. Keep alive 100% of my battle cruisers. Yes, I would love to, but the real question is, how does the AI build my ships? If they build them poorly, going to keep them alive is very, very difficult. What I hope to see in one of these encounters with a battle cruiser is the new flash fire mechanic. I put up a small clip of it on the YouTube community page, and on there you can see what that looks like. In short, you can damage a ship so heavily that its ammunition, I think, starts cooking off in what's called a flash fire, and they actually blow off their turrets. The turrets just immediately get launched off the ship. So let's try and do something like that to them. The enemy will never retreat. Yes. The good old enemy will never retreat. Upon which moment the AI immediately goes, haha, sorry, didn't read that part. Turns around and gets the hell out. Now, I get a couple of options. Firepower and speed, torpedoes another, balanced techs, or more funding. I'm going to go torpedoes. With the torpedoes, hold on. This is very interesting. The torpedo tech, and maybe it's been in the game before, maybe I'm just seeing it now, I don't know. But it says ASW plus 3 tech. ASW is anti-submarine warfare. This could just mean hydro, that you're going to have better hydro or sonar. It could also mean that at some point they're planning on adding submarines. But this is just a theory. This is just my initial reaction to what I'm seeing here. Anyway, let's go torpedoes another. Now, I still have the older destroyers. Destroyer 4, 3, 2, or 1 hull. Destroyer 4 hull has a displacement of 1550 to 2250. And this one has a displacement of only 700 to 1100. If I go with these, I can build a massive amount of destroyers. The problem will be to get enough torpedoes in the water. Right. So my torpedo tech is old. Over here I could probably fit more torpedo tubes. Can you even fit these on port and starboard? You can. That's nice. That means that they might even fit next to a funnel. Something else that they have fitted, or added rather, is barbettes. We now have barbettes on destroyers. And you cannot put all the guns on them. That's unfortunately so. I mean, I cannot put a 5-inch gun on there. But what I can do, I think, is a 4-inch gun. So you can have a 4-inch super firing gun like that. This is just an older hull, but they've also added a bunch of new hulls, which in some video in the future are definitely going to be shown. Secondary tower. They also changed the rear towers a bit. This is the relatively small one, but there is also a bigger one, and that one is actually capable of also fitting a turret on top of it. Funnels. Whoa, that's big. Is this handy at all? I don't think so. I'm taking on battle cruisers and a bunch of destroyers. I don't want to do gunfights at all, not with this tech. So if I'm going to go funnels, I'd probably be better served going with a couple of big funnels. And then, if at all possible, fit torpedo tubes right here on the sides. I just hope that they're able to rotate. That is something that I cannot confirm or deny at this point. Now, ship's already overweight, so let's immediately switch to group 4. Right. Just going to save on engine weight. There's not a whole lot that I can do here. Auxiliary petrol engine. I think 35 knots will be enough for the destroyers. Now, they did make this slightly worse, as far as I'm concerned. Because this slider used to have these very, very, well, definite ticks. They don't have that. What you can now do with these destroyers is put them at 55 knots. Of course, with this day and age, I probably can't. And with 55 knots, I am, well, more than 20 knots faster than my torpedoes. So you could actually overtake your own torpedoes and still run into them. That's not what I have in mind for this particular scenario. Let's go 30, 35 knots. Come on. There. Alright, I still need to set at least one gun. 5-inch gun. Reloads in 11 seconds. Jeesh. Okay. What am I going to do with all this weight? What sort of torpedo propulsion? Oh, we got oxygen torpedoes? Really? Yes, please. That means I'd have a torpedo range of 9.4. So my torpedo range is way better. What's my detection radius? Visibility? 3,600 meters. Is that also my detection range then? Apparently, okay, this should be the underwater acoustics, so ASW. At least that's what my theory is. It's not there. So I cannot use that. But I can use electro-hydraulic turrets and full autoloaders? That seems way ahead of the times. Right. I'm gonna need more torpedo tubes. Not quite sure how I'm going to fit these in. Maybe upping the displacement is going to help a bit, but that'll reduce the amount of destroyers that I actually field. Ship is overweight. I still have minimum bulkheads, and armor is not there, shall we say. What can I save weight on? How's my funnel capacity? Decent, but it's still too heavy, the whole ship. How about if I go with a way smaller ship? Ooh. That looks really propped up now. Torpedo launcher, at least one needed, yes. I will now build 5 destroyers. I have an aft weight offset of 9.1%. Can I still fit them here? Weight offset's still pretty bad. This could work. I just have to free up 14 tons somewhere. And where could I do that? Going back to 20? No, not quite. There. 0.1 inch of belt armor. Sneeze at this thing and it'll die. That's pretty much how it's gonna go down. Right, no upgrades. Well, I have a coincidence rangefinder, but my gun itself is not going to be particularly useful. Maybe I should save on that. No. This is 5 tons. That is all. If I want to fit another torpedo tube, that's another 38 tons. Times 2. Arguably, I could change the engine. This is only going to save 5% engine weight. So no, this one is better. This is also going to add a bit of engine weight, but it also means that the ship's able to turn faster. And I am facing a good number of destroyers. You know what? Let's just go with this and see if this works. I gotta keep the objective in mind. I need to sink their battle cruisers, not the destroyers. The destroyers and destroyer leader, according to the scenario, were behind. Alright, apparently the Scorpion is not included in the original group. Firefly, go there. And Scorpion, I want you to link up with the rest of the destroyers. Go. Alright, what we have? We got the Caledonia and the Favorite. Caledonia, and this has been changed, has a top speed of 24 knots. She has a displacement of 21,300 tons, a crew of 1,459, and minimum bulkheads. Yes, fantastic design decisions. Armor is meh. Components. Wow, it actually shows you a lot of stuff. Electro-hydraulic turrets, enhanced reloaders, 20-inch torpedoes. Really? Maybe the game picked 20-inch torpedo size, but they didn't actually pick the torpedoes. Heavy shells, Citadel 2, anti-flooding 3. Yeah, the game gives you way more information now. Also here, damage dealt to enemy ships and damage received by other ships. And there is a complete log available. Right, I need to save these things. So these are going to nicely slow down. And in the meanwhile, get the destroyers to scout out. Hopefully do a torpedo run. And once we have a torpedo run, fall back a bit. The DDs have 24 torpedoes each. Out to a range of 9.3. Do not launch unless otherwise directed. Scorpion's going to cut through the line of the Firefly, Lydiard, and Spitfire and fall in behind. Up to ×10. Oh, and they keep the objectives here as well. That's nice. That is really nice. Okay, mission. Sink 2 battlecruisers. Done. That's what we're going for. If at all possible, I'd rather not risk my own battlecruisers, because I think they might not really be able to sustain too many hits. So I'll keep them in the back. I don't quite know what their spotting range is, though. That's one thing that the game could still improve upon. Tell me what the spotting range is. When do I... Oh, hello. When do I get detected? That's a battlecruiser, alright. Jeez, how close is that? 5 clicks? Torpedo when ready. Come left. The battlecruiser hasn't seen me yet. The weather must be really bad. Accuracy is reduced on everything. Okay then. If I can torpedo this thing. Torpedo angle is not that great. I would ideally pull alongside, but then I'm going to have to turn all the way around and get the other torpedo tubes in. 4 clicks. Go normal. Torpedoes away on the Firefly. Lydiard is currently still holding. Lydiard fired. And my battlecruisers are also getting involved in the fight now. Hold on. If that thing is coming here, I need to be turning away. Way too risky for me. Now she's returning fire. So now it's time for me to smoke up. Let's see if that battlecruiser is paying attention at all. These torpedoes are not particularly quick. 33 knots. They're slower than the launching ship. Here's one of the torps, I think. I'm speeding ahead of my torpedoes. It's not the first time. But especially when building destroyers, it can do 55 knots. I think you're going to see that happen more and more frequently. Alright, so you're one of the battlecruisers. You got a sister ship there. And another one over there. Understood. Spitfires, just send her torpedoes out. Scorpion is awaiting. Identification is proceeding pretty quick. Has to be. I can inspect this thing at 3-kilometer range now. So it really shouldn't be that hard to see. Let's see, are we gonna get a hit? I kinda don't think so, because he's moving too fast. Yeah, that's not gonna work. These two from the Spitfire might be more effective. Ah, identification confirmed. The ship took 6 hits for a total of 170. What? How am I supposed to read this? 6 out of 171 hits. Aha. So out of the 174 shells I threw that way, only 6 hit the target. And she has dealt no damage. She's armed with 14-inch guns, which she's currently training against the destroyer, which is the Spitfire. But her accuracy is pretty bad, so I'm not too concerned with it. Scorpion sent out her torpedoes, but the ones from the Firefly don't look good. Or what was it? Spitfire. Torpedoes from the Spitfire don't look good. Alright, Scorpion. I'm going to detach you. Tell you to turn. Now we got a hit in. What hit you? 204 damage. This new interface is a massive improvement. She has detected the torpedoes. Status on the ship, few bulkheads. Still better than my minimum. Spitfire. Ooh, that was not pretty. I need to keep alive 30% of my destroyers. I only have 4, so I cannot afford to lose another one. Maybe this build's not going to work out too well. Oh no. Destroy the torpedo on the Spitfire. Spitfire did send another couple torpedoes that way. Sorry, no, that's Spitfire. Scorpion. Firefly. It's just turning into a big mess. And all because I turned my formation around. I think the AI's formations still need work. Spitfire is awfully close here. Get back. 1.8 kilometer range. And this thing does pack a lot of secondaries, which can probably inflict severe damage. Caledonian favorite, come to starboard. Can we please land 1 torpedo hit on the Wuppertal? This one looks good. Yep, there she goes. Hit in the stern. Engines 1 and 3 damaged, flooding inflicted. 1 fires, 1 floodings, 3 parts damaged, 2 modules damaged. She's flooding pretty quick. Is that just 1 flooding? Was that all from 1 torpedo? Because I find that hard to believe. I hit the torpedo, or I hit the ship somewhere in her stern, and the flooding continued all the way towards the bow. Come to think of it, by the way, I should have just armed my destroyers with 2-inch guns. Something really small, and go for a pure anti-capital ship build with torpedoes. Now you're engaging Scorpion. Scorpion, get your distance up. She has the flooding under control. So it's now up to the battle cruisers to try and sink her. Pen chance looks good, but accuracy does not. Come full to port. Because now the other ships are also engaging. Here's one, and here's another one. This is going to turn into one really big mess with every ship solo instead of in a group. She's on fire. They might have changed these animations as well. It looks a little different. She also lost her middle turret. So she still has 12 14-inch guns available. Serious firepower. And she's pumping out the water. Buoyancy is back up to 50% now. All engines are damaged. What sort of speed are you doing? You can do 28, but you're doing 18. With 3 damaged engines, that's actually quite impressive. 2 damaged engines. Sure enough, she's still slowing down. Don't let it escape. Caledonian Favorite are completing their turns. I'm hoping that I can still put this ship on fire before my accuracy drops to unacceptable levels. Interesting build. With those wing turrets. Range? 5.8. I think the Firefly already sent out another wave of torpedoes. No idea where the other ships are yet. Well, sort of. This kind of feels like cheating, but the game is allowing me to zoom from the perspective of the other ships. And I can see that the range to my ships is 10.5. So I'm just using the tools that the game is giving me. Wuppertal is being torpedoed again by Scorpion. Don't launch unless you have permission. I'm going to try and finish her off before she's able to rejoin formation. Firefly. These smoke screens are getting awfully close. It's 6 clicks out. If 12 destroyers come charging out of that smoke, I'm going to have a challenge and a half on my hands. Because 1 destroyer versus 12? Hell no. Come on, get her. Most shells are just landing short. 776 shells launched or fired at her. 25 hit the target. Pretty bad. Has she detected this torpedo yet? She might have, but I think she's slowing down because she still is... Yeah, she has a bit of momentum left from all that original speed that she had. That 18 or 20 knots, whatever she was doing. And this time... she's slowing down. But the torpedo... Oh, hold on. This one does look good. The destroyer fired the torpedo when the ship was still moving faster than that. 2 torpedoes hit the target. Alright, excellent work. Firefly, ceasefire. Is this going to kill her? She's listening to port severely now. Sorry, starboard. Bingo. 1 down. And now I have no idea where the rest of them are. Scorpion has been put on fire and survived. Does look like her secondary tower. No, what is that? It's another torpedo launcher. What is that? Yeah, I think it was a torpedo launcher. That one. It's been damaged, but probably destroyed. How about the others? Firefly? Firefly is fine. Spitfire? Fine. Good. Follow Scorpion. Follow Spitfire. Scorpion, slow down. I need to get visual on those other battle cruisers. Where are they? Another thing that they've introduced, while I'm waiting by the way, is this view up here. This is now going to tell you all the damage that I have inflicted, ally damage, and the damage that they have inflicted. I have, I think, inflicted 1408 damage. They have inflicted 1823 damage. I think that this is how I'm supposed to read it. You could also argue that this is damage to enemies, and this is damage from enemies. No, this is the damage that I did, because the torpedo dealt 1189 damage. Total. Yeah, so this is the damage I did, this is damage they did. See, this is Scorpion, this is Spitfire, Spitfire. Oh, hello. You are pretty sizable. You must be a battlecruiser. And I must be right in front of a destroyer. And shit out of smoke screens. Spitfire. We're gonna have to steam pretty much directly towards that target. And immediately get the Scorpion to disengage. Because this thing materialized in about 1.5 kilometers in front of me. Spitfire. Let's go and torpedo that battlecruiser. If I get him, I'll be able to win the scenario instantly. If I don't get him, then there's a very good chance that my destroyer is going to go down. And I will lose the scenario. This is your target. Save. I want... Who are you again? Firefly? Firefly. Join the division from Spitfire. This is your torpedo target. Scorpion has taken some damage, but it could have been a hell of a lot worse, seeing all those torpedoes in the water. My 2 torpedoes do look decent against that battlecruiser. Oh, don't get hit, don't get hit. Smoke up. Use every advantage you have to get out of this fight. Oh dear, don't hit me. Yeah, she's flooding. Fire in multiple sectors. I think this is going to kill me. Torpedoes in the water from Spitfire. If the Scorpion sinks, I lose the scenario. And I think I am going to lose the scenario here. Come on, Spitfire. Smoke up if you can. Scorpion. Torpedo in the water. Several, in fact. The first torpedoes were completely avoided. And these look like they're also going to miss on the Arminius. Now it's Spitfire who's taking severe damage. The Firefly has not sent out any torpedoes, so I'll just hand deliver those. And hope that that's going to work. I just need Scorpion to survive for long enough for me to deliver those things. Hard to port. We're shit out of smoke screens. Range to target, 1 kilometer. Port torpedo tube. No, starboard torpedo tube and the middle tube. Now would be a fantastic time to launch torpedoes. Thank you. Torpedoes away. Spitfire is disengaging and Firefly is too. The Arminius, however, probably has seen these things coming, but will not be able to avoid. We might still salvage this. Although Scorpion is not going to go anywhere. She's pretty much dead in the water. Come on. Four torpedo hits against a ship with minimum bulkheads. She is good as dead. I just have to... Oh, that was really quick. Yep, there. Flash fire. This is the new flash fire. What you see flying up here is her turret. Look at that. That looks serious. Really serious, in fact. They make for fantastic screenshots. Thank you kindly for that random detonation. So that means that I complete the scenario, right? Because I've sunk 100% of battlecruisers. Oh no, you're going to tell me you need to sink another one? If the game generates 3 separate classes of battlecruiser, and I sink 2 of them, then Is it really crazy to expect that I actually won the scenario? Scorpion is not going anywhere. Buoyancy is returning though, despite still taking on new flooding. Oh shit, this means I have to sink that battle cruiser as well. Oh no. The damaged Spitfire and Firefly are going to have a really tough time if I'm able to avoid these. Yeah, Firefly should be able to avoid that. But this is where all those destroyers come into play. And those destroyers, fortunately, have just launched against me. Oh, we got another flash fire. Whoa! 5-inch turret flies off the ship. How quickly can they get that under control? Main gun destroyed. Flash fire. Is this just your standard fire, or is this going to rage out of control? I think they might have it. Firefly, I still need you to disengage more. Spitfire, Spitfire's even worse off. Normal torpedo launch, although it probably won't do it versus the Oldenburg because it's concerned with hitting Firefly. Hold on, that sounded like a torpedo impact. Scorpion sinks. Oh no, that's the last of my destroyers that I could lose. Caledonia is now 500 meters away from a destroyer. Why does the scenario not complete? Keep alive 30%. Oh, hold on. No, I can lose another one. I'm misreading it. I thought I needed to keep 70% alive, but I need to keep 30% alive. Two out of my 4 destroyers have to survive. There is hope yet. As long as you actually read the description. Spitfire has sent out her torpedoes. Firefly is still not quite ready, but Spitfire is going to have a really hard time getting out of this fight with a damaged engine. She can still make up to 20 knots, 21 knots, that's good enough. V6 sinks due to extensive fire. Good. But I'm getting awfully concerned with the safety of my battlecruisers. Detach, favorite. Get out of here. I want you to target the V7, which has a full spread of torpedoes ready. That's a triple launcher. She only has one, but she doesn't need to get lucky too much. With 42 knot torpedoes, and I'm broadside onto her. This is just waiting to happen. Let's see, how are my torps? Here. Oldenburg is going to have to seriously speed up if she wants to... Uh-oh, here come the torps if she wants to get hit. Turn, Caledonia. I can't see them. There. Maximum. I'll probably eat 2. Minimum bulkheads. Severe flooding on the Caledonia. She's going to have to survive this. I cannot afford to lose any battlecruisers. But the problem lies in the multitude of destroyers around. So the one torpedo attack I might have survived. But it looks like the V12 also sent out her torpedoes. And the Caledonia now has a rudder stuck. So I'm not holding my breath on this one. This is not going to end well. The only hope that I have left is that my torpedoes, which I still have no idea where they are going to miraculously hit the Oldenburg. No, they didn't. Sink it instantly, and then with a clutch victory, win. Yeah, here comes the next wave. Caledonia is screwed. I should have kept my battle cruisers away further. I completely deserved what I had coming. And that was torpedoes. And lots and lots and lots of them. Right, so I need to do this better. I will have to improve on my designs, but mostly my tactics. And hope that next time around, when the AI designs my battle cruisers, that they will do this not with the smaller, lightly armored citadels and minimum bulkheads. It's just not enough. Anyway, this is just the beginning of Alpha 6. Don't worry, there will be a lot more. I have another video coming up tomorrow. Let me know what your thoughts are so far. I personally really like the flash fire mechanics. And I think we're going to see turrets pop up of ships a lot more. Both my ships and theirs. So, join me next time. That is going to be tomorrow, as this was a bit of an extra vid, courtesy of Alpha 6 coming out. And we'll see if I can do better on this scenario, but I'll probably tackle another one, because they added a bunch more interesting ones. Don't worry, I still keep an eye on the scenarios. I will be doing scenario battles again soon, but for now I just want to do a few of the newer missions. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you tomorrow for the next UAD vid.